What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 48 hours. We do have some big topics to discuss. Firstly, Deco is beginning to plan what to do in the goalkeeper department this summer. He has, of course, the option of Ter Stegen coming back from a big injury, and Pena. Szczesny is also looking internally at La Masia and Astrolaga and Kounde. But if he is to sign a goalkeeper, he has identified his main target in Diogo Costa, or according to reports, he would cost around 60 million euros. We'll discuss what Deco's plan is in the goalkeeper department, what he wants to do this summer. Also, some big updates around Eric Garcia, who is making some moves potentially in January, with Girona and Real Sociedad showing strong interest in signing the Spanish center back. Will Barcelona allow it or not? Also, some general news as well. First, Laporta is now in official negotiations with La Liga to play Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid in Miami, but Laporta has set two big conditions that Javier Tebas has to meet, or else Barcelona will not be in favor of it. And finally, Hansi Flick has now had two disciplinary actions with Barcelona players in Jules Kounde and also Frenkie de Jong. We have both details on that and whether or not there's now an issue with the two players with the German manager. Before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get the 200 likes on this video. It would be very much appreciated. And also, if you are new, make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, before we get into this video is sponsored by Number One Foot. Number One Foot is by far the best replica jersey website on the market, and it's not even close. They have a variety of different items at the absolute best prices. They sent me two kits recently. First one is the retro Barcelona kit, the home kit, which I'm currently wearing right now, and also as well the second kit for that season in the blue edition. Oh my god, like, the stitching is fantastic, the quality is, superb. Feels like I have the actual, original kit for a fraction of the price. And if you use the discount code BOY at checkout, you do get 10% off your order. That's BOY. Use it at checkout, and all orders above $80 as well will receive free shipping. So what are you waiting for? Hit the top link in the description down below and get your new football kits today. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 48 hours. We're first going to be discussing Barcelona's plan to revamp the goalkeeping position, where Deco has been tasked with the power to reshape how the goalkeeping department looks this summer, with the idea of making a signing in that position. Now, Mundo Deportivo have come out saying that Deco is already thinking of a future without Ter Stegen and is following some goalkeepers that you can see here below. Firstly, Sonmo Bocas, who we were first linked with when Flick got the job immediately as a German goalkeeper, Guillem Retes, Bart Verbruggen, and also the main one that we've been linked with a lot lately, and that is Diogo Costa. And he's also looking at La Masia as well, Andre Astrolaga, your Diego Kounde as well. So usually in Barcelona revamp the goalkeeper position, they usually go all out, as we saw of course in 2014. Pinto and Valdez left, Bravo and Ter Stegen came in. We signed, of course, Sileston and Neto over the past few years, but that's as backup options, not really to revamp the position. But as I just mentioned, the name of Diego Costa is gaining a lot of momentum. Alex Pintel from Renewal came out saying that with doubts on Ter Stegen's recovery from a serious injury, says his contract ending this season, and Peña's long-term future at the club still undecided. The club has already made the decision to sign a new goalkeeper next summer. The top candidate right now is Diogo Costa, a 25-year-old goalkeeper from Porto, who Deco admires a lot. He's a Barca level player, insiders from Portugal claim. So he is now kind of the chosen one, which I'm not too fussed about. I think he's a good option. My only worry about him is the price. I don't think he's worth 60 million. I think he's more of a 40 million, maybe 50 million as a package with add-ons and variables. I don't think he's a 60 million pound goalkeeper, which of course is a lot of money. Do you really want to spend that on Diogo Costa now? Do you think that Ter Stegen has a year left in him? How well Szczesny does? How well Pena will do for the rest of the season now after his great performance in the Clásico? All these are going to be questions that will be answered at the end. This is not 100% guaranteed that we're going to go out and sign a goalkeeper, despite what Alex Pintel is saying. This is just my opinion, my information. The club are going to wait until the end of the season. See how Szczesny does, see how Pena does, how well Ter Stegen comes back from his injury. Ter Stegen should be back, I would say. The plan is, for at least the final month of the season. So maybe he'll play a game or two. We'll see how he is then. And then in the summer, the decision will be made. Or maybe we will have some strong indications once we hit, February, March of what's going to happen as well. But what's clear at the moment is that if we're going to sign a top goalkeeper, it is Diogo Costa. There's no, Dibu Martinez or Mike Mignon from AC Milan, whatever these other options were on the table. It will be Diogo Costa. So we'll see how things do turn out in that sense, but again, a lot of implications can happen and can change the perspective on what Barcelona will do for the goalkeeping position going into next season. Let's now discuss the players that have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 48 hours. The first update we do have is on Eric Garcia, with Mundo Deportivo reporting that Barcelona defender Eric Garcia is wanted by both Real Sociedad and Girona, and they're pushing for a loan move in January. Now, this from the Barcelona perspective makes no sense. His contract is running out. I believe his contract will expire in 2026, so you're running down his deal. I mean, I would sell him if a good offer comes in at 15 million euros, but I think I'll leave the decision mainly to Flick. Does Flick want to keep him, have him as a squad rotation player, with, of course, Bernal out for the rest of the season? He will maybe need that other option in the midfield. Christensen and Araujo, injury prone as no tomorrow. You might want to have another option at center back as well. For me, as a fan, I'd keep the squad the way it is for the rest of the season. I wouldn't sign anyone in January. I wouldn't sell anyone in January. I'd just ride the storm, keep it how it is, and then regroup in the summer, because right now the squad is already, you could argue, overachieving expectations. But if a good offer comes in, that would tempt me, would be 15 million euros, which of course is the same price that we asked for Eric Garcia in the past summer, which neither team wanted to put on the table. A low move, no. Why strengthen another rival, and why give Eric Garcia that contractual freedom? You want to have control. Unless he renews his contract for a year, then goes out on loan, then maybe I would allow it if he's been helpful and he really wants to move. But Barcelona have a lot of control in this situation, and they need to maintain that control as well. So we'll see how things will turn out. Again, the interest is not really strong. It's just, natural interest. But again, he is probably one of few players that could potentially leave in January if the right move comes in for him, and of course the right offer for Barcelona. Now, as we have reached about the quarter mark of the season, we are now getting some updates in the media about how the Barcelona loanee players are doing this season. Now, Mundo Deportivo are reporting that Victor Roque and Alex Valle are being very important for their teams this season, while Clement Lenglet and Romeu have struggled to stay fit. Now, I will say this, Romeu has been injured quite a little bit this season. That's why he's not played too much with Girona. Lenglet has been fit. He just hasn't been playing. Atletico Madrid, he didn't play for about the first month and a half, but then once, Atletico Madrid are dropping a lot in form, Simeone wanted to change the whole entire back line. He brought in Javier Galano, also Clement Lenglet, so he's played a little bit, but Alex Valle and Victor Roque are the two that are, performing. Alex Valle is doing very well. It's at the Celtic. It took him about a month to get into the squad, but now he's kind of been a mainstay starter for them. He's performing very, very well. Victor Roque is doing all right for Betis. He's playing week in, week out, which of course is a great thing, scoring some goals, but it's been, some matches where he does not, play the best. Now, out of these four players, I think the only one that has a future at Barcelona is Alex Valle. I think Victor Roque only has a future at Barcelona if he absolutely strikes the world to light this season. Also, if Barcelona don't want to move for a striker this summer, maybe might want to move on Pau Victor, wait for Erling Haaland a few years from now, and maybe bring in Victor Roque as a backup for Lewandowski for that next season. But I think Barcelona's plan is to get rid of Victor Roque. He's come out in the media a bunch of times now. Oh, Barcelona, I'm so unhappy. Kissing the Betis badge left, right, and center. I mean, he can absolutely do one if, of course, Betis used their option to buy him for, I believe, was it 25 million euros. So Barcelona, and they'll probably take like a 10 million euro hit, which, to be honest, we move. I don't think he's absolutely shunned the world to light at Betis, but again, so a lot of the season left to go. I think Alex Valle could be a good option as well, especially with Barcelona showing quite clear interest in strengthening the fullback position. He could be a great option, especially with Alphonso Davies being a free agent but asking for a buckload of money, 300k a week plus a sign-on bonus as well. So I would say Alex Valle has the main chance to be in the first team, but most likely, if we're being honest, if I put money on it, I think all four don't really have a strong future in the first team. So again, getting rid of them in the summer will be another mission in itself. Of course, with Roque, we don't have to worry about it because it's a 2-year loan. Romeu, hopefully he'll get shipped off and Girona just take him his 1 year left on his deal. Lenglet will be an issue as he is every summer. Alex Valle shouldn't be an issue as well. So we'll wait and see how the loan players do from now until the end of the season. But so far, I would say only Alex Valle has a true chance of being in the first team come next season. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around the first team at Barcelona. We have some big updates. Firstly, the renewal of Fermin Lopez was made official yesterday. New deal until June 2029. Of course, we knew about this at the end of September. It took about a month for it to be finalized. FFP, all this mumbo jumbo, but it is now done. He also has a release clause of 500 million euros. Fabrizio Romano also confirmed that a lot of Premier League clubs showed some inquiries and interest in Fermin Lopez this past summer, but he ignored all of it to commit to Barcelona. Lovely jubbly, fantastic player, and I cannot wait to see him for the next few years at Barcelona. The next update we do have on an actual renewal is on Inaki Peña. Of course, we talked about at the beginning of the video about the goalkeeper situation, how Inaki Peña's future long-term isn't quite certain because he only has a contract right now until 2026. But Gabriel Sanz of Mundo Deportivo has come out saying that Barcelona want to initiate renewal talks with Inaki Peña in the coming months. The goalkeeper's current deal expires in 2026. Flick is very happy with his personality, and the dressing room also values him and how he's responded since the injury of Marc-Andre ter Stegen. I mean, he had one good game in the Clásico. I think we need to really calm the frig down. Let's see how he does from now to the end of the year. Let's see how he does in November, December. Again, great opportunity for Inaki Peña to shut me out. I've been not one of his big haters, but one of his big critics. I think of the games he's played since ter Stegen has been injured, he's been mid or shite in all of them, but the Clásico. Again, the Clásico is a perfect time to get some momentum on your side and perform well, absolutely. But I would like to wait and see how things do turn out. I still believe right now that he is not first choice goalkeeper Barcelona material, but I think the club would like to keep him. La Masia, oh, let's hype up the academy, someone from inside, no money spent kind of vibe. But I mean, if he's up for it, I have no problem with it. If he's of the quality, I have no issue, but I still have my doubts personally. But we'll wait and see what the club do decide. I mean, just renew him, then end up trying to sell him very similar to Gerard Martin, just to retain his value, to have a future asset maybe in the coming transfer windows to sell. So we'll wait and see with Inaki. But right now, the club's main focus renewal-wise is on the two main faces of Barcelona in Pedri and Gavi. Franco Sport came out saying that Deco's idea is to renew both Pedri and Gavi until 2030, which of course means a 4-year new deal. Both their deals expire in 2026. I mean, if we can get one of them done by the end of this year, that'd be fucking golden, but I doubt it. I thought Gavi's renewal should have been done last year when he was injured, but I don't know why the club didn't do it. They had other things to worry about. Again, these are two not easy renewals, but it will be easy in the sense that both want to continue. Pedri and Gavi want to stay. Barcelona wants to keep them. That's half the work basically done. Just now fine-tuning the agreement, image rights, contract length, clauses, wages, bonuses, all that stuff is going to have to be honed down. But the fact that both Gavi and Pedri and Barcelona want to continue, that's basically half the hard work done there. We haven't even gotten that far yet with Jong and Araujo. So steps are being made, but again, with these being big contracts, big players at the club, it will take some time. Will they be done by the end of the season? I honestly would bet on no, but love for Deco to go out there and surprise you. But the final renewal is also another big one as well. It is on Juega Bonito, Raphinha. Tony Juan Martí has come out saying that Barcelona are already considering renewing Raphinha's contract after recently reaching 100 games with Barcelona. Raphinha is finally a happy man within a united group and enjoys time both on and off the field. Of course, you have to consider renewing Raphinha, but I will say this: Frankie, Araujo, Gavi, Pedri have to be first. I mean, those ones are expiring in 2026. Raphinha's contract is still till 2027, so you want to figure out those four first: Frankie, Araujo, Pedri, Gavi. Then you switch your focus on 2027, which of course is Raphinha. Not only him, but Jules Kounde as well. Of course, those two signings in the summer of 2022. Gerard Romero, Gigantes peak summer window. Those ones now, their contracts are writing down. Same with Lewandowski, but he has, clauses that can extend his contract, so we don't have to worry about him too much. But I would focus on the other four first before jumping to Raphinha. If this is really, really easy, then sure, do it. Why not? But even if he wasn't performing this well this season, he's a very important player for the team, very important asset, fantastic player for the group, and squad player as well. Definitely a renewal is worth it for him. Nice to see some, concrete news about his future, since of course lately it's always been exit, but now it's about staying. So we're going to see on Raphinha, but I don't think he's quite a massive priority for Barcelona right now, but definitely one to consider in the future. Let's now discuss some of the injury and fitness updates around the first team at Barcelona ahead of the big game this Sunday in the Catalunya derby against the Twats down the road in Espanyol. We have some updates coming in from Tony Juan Martí about potential rotation coming up for this game. He firstly mentioned that Alejandro Balde or Jules Kounde could get some rest in this game, and Hector Fort or Gerard Martin will come in to replace them. So we will see one fullback rotation. Where and who still remains to be in question, but very likely to be something there. And also, there are two players who are set to start this game in Dani Olmo and Frankie de Jong. Juan Martin came out saying that there will be rotation against Espanyol. Frankie de Jong and Dani Olmo have great chances of starting, while Gavi will get some minutes off the bench. Again, Pedri, Casado, Fermin, that basically midfield three, have been playing a lot recently, more specifically Pedri and Casado. I see probably them getting the rest, and then maybe a midfield three of Dani Olmo, Frankie, Fermin. I don't know how that'll work. Maybe even Dani Olmo, Frankie, Eric Garcia. That could be an option as well. But again, with Espanyol being absolutely shite where they referee belong, we can definitely afford to rotate quite heavily, especially with Dani Olmo being a world-class player. Now on Dani Olmo, Ralivo have come out saying that the Barcelona dressing room is amazed by the intensity and quality of Dani Olmo in training sessions. He's on another level, they say, from the locker room. After a very impressive performance against Madrid, he's expected to start against Espanyol. So again, more confirmation that he will get the nod from the start, which again was expected. But again, he's just a world-class player, and you have to kind of watch football for a long time to see that kind of talent in players. When he came on against Rayo Vallecano, I'm thinking, what the fuck is this man? Like, he's just silky smooth. The quality, the link-up play, the finishing, the vision is just at an elite level. Of course, I saw it a bit in the Euros, but I just thought he was on demon time, just on great form. But now you're seeing it week in, week out, how consistent he was against Valladolid as well, against Girona when he played for that first hour off the bench, against Bayern Munich off the bench against Madrid. You can just tell he's a pure world-class player, so can't wait to see him get the start against Espanyol. Next injury update, one that I hinted about already, it is on Eric Garcia. Now, originally Eric Garcia, I believe he missed the Sevilla game. He was in the starting lineup. Oh, a bit of a discomfort, should be back with Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich came, not quite ready, should be back for the Clásico. Clásico came, not quite ready, should be back for Espanyol. And now he's in doubt as well. Keep in mind, by the way, the club have not released any official statement on the injury of Eric Garcia. So this means that it is strictly discomfort, purposes. If he's actually injured, the club have to, of course, inform the fans and the socials. But right now, there's no official confirmation quite yet. Now, Ferran Corras from Sport came out saying that Eric Garcia is now racing to be fit for Sunday's derby, hoping to be available for Hansi Flick, the defender, trained separately from the group in yesterday's training session. Today, by the way, did not train. He hasn't been ruled out for the match against Espanyol. There are still 3 training sessions left, and his return in the group will depend on how he feels. Raccoon came out saying that Eric Garcia is working really hard to be fit for the derby against Espanyol this weekend. Now, I am recording this Friday morning, so Thursday did not train with the first team. He only trained by himself, and now he has Friday and Saturday left to get in. If he's not training by today, Friday, I doubt he'll make it, which again kind of sucks for him because he probably would be starting again. Frankie, Eric, double pivot, Olmo in the 10. That'd be a perfect midfield 3. Rest Casado, rest Pedri, give Firmino, and of course overload Firmino after coming back straight from an injury as well, but he might not make it, so we'll see. But again, quite straight at this little discomfort against Sevilla now let him out for almost 2 weeks or so. So hopefully he comes back as soon as possible. More of a long-term update, it is on Ronald Araujo. Now, Sport came out saying that Araujo is training even during his off days when the team isn't present. At Assistant Sportiva Joan Gabriel, the Uruguayan is eager to return to the pitch as soon as possible. Again, the return date has always been at some point in November, probably around the middle to the end of November. But now, all of a sudden, Raccoon are coming out saying that Araujo is expected to return in December, with hopes of him coming for an early comeback, though it may take a few more days, as caution remains a priority following his surgery in July. So again, end of November, beginning of December, at least, as long as he plays a couple of games before the end of the year, I'm happy. Especially with this potential game in Miami with Atletico Madrid, the final game of the year. If he's on the plane there and at least fully fit for that game, I have no crumbs. I just want him to be 1000% ready for January. January we have Super Cup, Copa del Rey, La Liga, Champions League, squad. The squad depth will be absolutely crucial in that month. I want him 1000% ready for that. So I don't care when he comes back. As long as he comes back 100% ready for January, that's all that matters in my personal opinion. But I still think he'll come back at some point in November based on my guesstimate. We'll wait and see on that. And finally, not really an injury update, but update ahead of the international break with Spain. Of course, Barcelona, you dominate the Spain squad, and we're hearing that Luis de la Fuente is going to be calling up a lot of Barcelona players after our great form from the last international break. Now, Ralivo came out saying that Luis de la Fuente, Spain coach, wants to call up Gavi to the Spain squad as soon as possible, and is considering calling him up for the next international break. The coach will monitor his minutes in Barcelona's upcoming matches and then decide whether to call him up now or wait until March. Gavi has played a total of what? He played like 5 against Sevilla, 10 against Bayern, 15. He's played less than half an hour since coming back from his ACL. If you want to call him up just to train with the squad and be there for vibes, sure, why not? I don't mind that. If you tell Barcelona, look, we're going to call Gavi up, he's not going to play, maybe off the bench for a couple minutes, I'll be like, you know what, crack on. But to come up to actually be a part of the squad and, you know, actually try to win games, you're just killing at this point. And also, in addition to the recovery of Gavi, De La Fuente is also considering calling other Barcelona players as well. Casado is now an option instead of going to the under 21s. He'll go with the first team. Inigo right now is being seen as a great candidate ahead of Pau Torres, who's, you know, dropped in form a little bit for Villarreal, not for Villarreal, for Aston Villa. And Balde has now probably overtaken Gaia and other options as well at left back. Now Balde, I don't mind. Inigo, I don't mind either, because I'm hoping that Christensen and Araujo will come back soon, and I don't think they'll play that much. Same with Casado as well. I'm mainly only worried about Gavi. Of course, Pedri will get called up. He'll play a lot of minutes. Who else is Spanish in the squad? Paco Barci will probably get called up as well. The half the fucking squad is gonna be Barcelona. Dani Olmo will probably get called up as well. Maybe Fermin Lopez as well. Probably not Fermin Lopez, we're being honest. Maybe Fermin Lopez will go with the under 21s, but yeah, a lot of our Spain players will probably be busy during this international break, which again could of course cause injuries. Let's hope that the teams go travel with their countries and come back as healthy as they are one day left. Let's now discuss some of the news surrounding Barcelona over the past 48 hours. First update we do have is a fantastic news in regards to Barca Atletic, and that is on the new signing, the Ghanaian duo in David Odoro and Aziz Issa, who finally now have obtained their visas to be able to play for Barca Atletic. This is coming in from Sport. They've come out saying that Barca Atletic summer signings David Odoro and Aziz Issa have finally been cleared of their bureaucratic issues and will be able to play for Alberto Sanchez's squad. Both the African players have been training with the rest of the team, awaiting their availability. Again, they've been training with Barca Atletic for the past 2 months, but they couldn't play due to not obtaining their visa to be able to play professionally in another country apart from Ghana, but finally for the Ghanaian league. But finally now they've gotten those visas and they're going to be coming back during this week or so, and during the international break and during the upcoming games for Barca Atletic, they should be available for that. Again, keep in mind both players have already trained with the first team as well quite a few times. Of course, David Odoro being a left back, Aziz Issa being more so of an attacking player on the wings and in the 10 as well. So two good additions there for Barca Atletic that of course Alberto Sanchez can be able to use for his squad to get some more points. Some strong competition as well in the middle there for Unai Hernandez, Noah Darvik as well, Alex Garrido. So great options there, and cannot wait to see them play and see how well they impact the B team squad. Now, over the past month, it has been quite clear that Hansi Flick has implemented disciplinary actions against 2 players for Barcelona, one being Jules Kounde before the October international break, and one for Frenkie de Jong just after the October international break. Apparently, Jules Kounde was late for a team meeting, was benched against Alavés. Apparently, de Jong and Flick had some sort of issue we didn't know about, but that, of course, led to Frenkie de Jong not playing against Sevilla. Of course, when Eric Garcia dropped out, everyone thought Frenkie de Jong was going to come in, but no, he picked Ansu Fati, dropped Pedri deeper because Frenkie and him had some problems. Now, Catalunya Radio have come out saying that Flick knows how to manage a team with calm authority. Even when he schools the players, they accept it without resentment, like the case of de Jong and Kounde. This is what happened to Frenkie against Sevilla. Again, we didn't know about this until now. Of course, with Kounde, we know late for a team meeting, was dropped against Alavés. Of course, did not start the game, was Hector Fort, but still came on with about 20 minutes ago. But here's what happened with Frenkie against Sevilla. Flick asked the medical team if Frenkie de Jong was fully fit to play. Flick told Frenkie de Jong that he will be a starter, but de Jong told Hansi Flick that he only wanted to play 20 minutes, and Flick said to him, if you're ready for 20 minutes, you are ready from scratch. After this instance, there was no tension or negative reaction from de Jong, and he even returned to play after that. So apparently, Flick wanted to start de Jong, which again, he said before the game against Sevilla. After the game against Sevilla, he wanted to start him. The plan was to start him, but he had some discomfort. Later came out, there's a little bit of a disciplinary issue. The medical team told Flick that Frenkie de Jong, based on his fitness, based on the numbers and the results, he's 100% fit to play 90 minutes. But Frenkie told Flick that he only wanted to play 20 minutes. Now, is that arrogance? I don't think so. I think Frenkie de Jong has made it quite clear in the media with his Barca 1 interview and with his post-match interviews after some games. He is still a bit scared to play, because when you have a serious ankle sprain like this, you're taking 5 months to do conservative treatment and not do the surgery, you're very, very scared to get back to used to playing with the ball. And he probably felt like, I don't want to play too much, I want to really, really ease into minutes. Of course, he was not called up for the Dutch international team this international break as well, so he'll stay in Barcelona training every single week. I guess Flick took that the wrong way. And to be honest, I do black Flick in this scenario. If you're fit, you're fit. It's up to the manager how he wants to play you and how he wants to risk you. But I guess it's good communication from Frankie saying that, look, I don't feel comfortable playing 90 minutes. I'll play maybe about 20. But again, this is the reason why. So again, in the end, Hansi Flick made Frankie de Jong warm up for the game against Sevilla. He was there warming up with Pau Victor, Joan Laporta, and Gavi. Of course, he chose Gavi to come on in the end, have that big hurrah of Gavi, but Frankie de Jong didn't. But that was the situation in the end. So Frankie wanted to play 20, told Flick he wanted to play 20. Flick was not too happy about that, and that was a discipline. He didn't play against Sevilla whatsoever. So overall, in both cases, not being blown out of proportion whatsoever internally. Both players took it with, you know, the acceptances that they should have taken it with. So no real qualms there, no beef whatsoever. But again, Hansi Flick making it clear that he is the boss and what he says goes. Now, very quickly, by the way, on Frankie de Jong, there's been this really funny news that came out from the Atletic in the UK, suggesting that when Manchester United were very interested in Frankie de Jong in 2020, they made some sort of video featuring club legends to persuade Frankie to join Barcelona, but Frankie de Jong never watched the video. That is absolutely hilarious from the Barcelona perspective and very embarrassing from United. Imagine them like rallying up Ryan Giggs and Ferdinand and Scholes and Rooney. Hey guys, we're gonna record you. Tell Frankie to come to Barcelona. Tell Frankie to come to Man United. They do it. They edit it. They chop it all up, make it look all pretty. Here, Frankie, do us a favor, watch this video. It's like, nah, I'm not gonna watch it. That is ice cold from Frankie. Love to see that, but again, that's a story in the past now, but just a little funny information on that. But again, with this very action from Hansi Flick, there have now been 2 incidents with Frankie de Jong and Kounde. Let's hope there isn't any more for the rest of the season. Now, some news that has taken the world of football by storm is that La Liga are highly considering making a match in La Liga in the USA. They've been quite clear on this. They want to be the kind of the first of the Europe's leagues to play one official game outside its actual league parameters, and this is very much in negotiation. I mentioned to you guys in the last video. It's quite you know, underway. Apparently, Atletico Madrid are very keen on it. They're kind of like super broke, and they just want to do it just for the vibes. But it's always been a question about Barcelona, because of course Barcelona are supposed to be the home team for this game. So we play one game in a neutral ground in Miami, and the second game at the Metropolitano in Atletico in Madrid. They do have the advantage going into the, you know, the 2 league games, which of course isn't really fair. Now, Barcelona have now communicated to Javier Tebas and the La Liga that they are on board with this, but on certain conditions. Toto Costa came out saying that Barcelona have told La Liga that they are willing to play a league match in Miami as long as the financial compensation is worth it. The club expects to receive more money than they lose in revenue due to this change. Now, again, with Barcelona being the home team, they really rely on that home revenue for, you know, financial fair play, the balance books as well, where at the Montjuic we ain't making too much money. So Laporta told La Liga, firstly, we will come if you give us a buckload of money. Now, apparently the offer was 6 million that I mentioned in the last video, 6 million to come play, come back, but he wants like flights covered. He wants first class planes for the players to make it, you know, easy to fly there, play a game, then come back. Wants top hotel, top treatment. That's what he's been asking for, along with the compensation as well. The report also mentioned the relationship between Barcelona and Tebas has improved significantly since, you know, back in the COVID days. But he also, Barcelona will support La Liga in their initiative to play the league match in Miami in exchange for more flexibility in FFP rules. Not only does he want compensation and flights and all this for Barcelona, he also wants Tebas to ease up on the restrictions for FFP as well. My president, this is what I am talking about. No other president in the world, apart from me, from Florentino Perez, has the balls to do this, because Laporta knows the power of Barcelona. He knows that that stadium is probably going to be 70% Barcelona, 20% Atletico, 10% Madrid, depending on the downfall of both teams. He knows that, and he's gonna use that to his advantage. And I absolutely love this. If we get all the demands, I have no problem with it whatsoever. Again, I'm not a fan of it, but if it's to benefit the institution of Barcelona, you get, you know, extra money, you get ease, some ease in FFP rules as well. Again, we're still trying to get back to the 1-1 rule as well, with the January transfer window coming up, summer coming up as well. We're still not in the 1-1 rule, so easing restrictions would benefit us dramatically as well. I have no problem with this whatsoever, and I love this move by Laporta as well, saying that yes, we're on board, yes, we will happily do this, but under certain conditions. So we'll see what Barcelona and La Liga agree. Again, the match is in just under 2 months. Again, it's set for the weekend of the 21st and 22nd. The 21st, of course, of December, which is my birthday. Hopefully they don't play on my birthday because, you know, the record on my birthday isn't the greatest. So they want to probably agree something, I would say, before December. So the next month will probably be negotiations from both the Atletico side, but I think that'll be easy, and also the side of Barcelona to convince the club to make that move to Miami and to play an official La Liga game there. Again, Barca Atletico did a big game. That'll be a big, implications on the title as well. So we'll see how things do turn out. But again, Laporta is now negotiating with Tebas to potentially play a match of La Liga in Miami at the end of this year. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 48 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, in the comments down below as well, let me know your thoughts on everything that we did discuss. The main thing I want to first, of course, is your thoughts on the goalkeeper department. What would you do in that regards this summer? Keep it Naki Pena, give Szczesny a new deal, backers taken, or would you go out there and, sign someone, maybe trust internally with Astrolaga and Cochin? Second, your thoughts on Eric Garcia. Would you let him go in January for the right price or keep him until the summer? Third, your thoughts on the, disciplinary action that Flick has implemented on both Frankie de Jong and Kounde. Do you back the manager or not? And finally, your thoughts on this potential match against Atletico Madrid in Miami. Are you in favor for it, not in favor for it, or in favor for it if the conditions favor Barcelona? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.